Hello, everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk. I'm your host, Chantel Phillips. Here on Let's Talk, we are an audio and video series talk show where we talk to people about mental health and wellness. Today, to my left, I have Marquez Moore, also known as Weirdly Gifted, which is a mental health and wellness brand. So, let's talk.
Let's talk.
Yes, let's talk. All right, Marquez, Weirdly Gifted. Tell me a little bit about Weirdly Gifted and where did you get the name and why is Weirdly Gifted so important?
Okay. Well, I'm Marquez Moore, aka Weirdly Gifted himself. Weirdly Gifted is a brand that I started basically through my trials and tribulations with mental health. So, as many people know who know me, since I was about 14 years old, I've been battling with mental health challenges, and I created my brand in 2020 just off the whim of me wanting to create something. But I knew I wanted to start a business way back then, and I chose Weirdly Gifted because when you look at someone else or you put everybody in a pot, everybody still differentiates themselves from everybody else.
Right.
So Weirdly Gifted is you, because that's years of uniqueness.
Right.
And the whole years that you've been growing, going through your trials and tribulations, that showed you that you was really gifted. So that's why I chose the name.
So everybody's story is different, but it's your story.
Yeah.
So embrace your story.
Nobody can take that from you.
Yeah.
You are your biggest superpower.
Okay. So what motivates you to continue to pour into your brand? Talk about some of the clothes too that you have made or created, or even your inventory. So what motivated that the hoodies, Life
is what motivates me.
Life.
Because not every day is gonna be the same. You can wake up today and you might not wake up tomorrow.
Yeah.
But what I do is I take every 24 hours that I get and make sure I can put something out that can change or inspire someone else. So life inspires me because you can get knocked down, but you can get back up. It might be a mountain you have to climb, or it might be a river you have to cross. As long as you get to the other side, that's all that matters.
Right.
It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Like everything you go through now is just gonna mold you into a better person for the future if you let it.
Right.
But if you don't, then that's bad on your part.
Right.
It's not bad on nobody else.
Right.
So that's what motivates me. I created the hoodie that I'm known for, and basically it just symbolizes change. It's letting you know that change is good. You got good change, you got bad change, but I focus more on the positive side than the negative. But I really don't focus on positivity and negative because it's just a balance.
Yeah. Okay.
Without
I like that.
good and without bad, you would never know what can go on.
Right.
You never have that balance.
Because it's kind of like bad. It's like, how do we know what's good?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's kind of like when we were kids and we used to get on the seesaw. You got one person who weighs more than you. You go up, you go down. But if you got two people who weigh the same, y'all gonna even it out.
Yeah, it's a balance.
So, it's a balance.
Life is a balance. So take that. Life is a balance. How do you? What's like some daily things that you do to keep yourself balanced?
Keep myself balanced. Talk, write, draw. Just being there for myself.
Okay.
Is like what keeps the balance going. Because you yourself, you can be the bad or you can be the good for yourself.
Yes.
So
literally,
you have to motivate yourself. You have to inspire yourself, or nobody else is going to do it. Because everybody is worried about what they have going on.
Exactly, their piece of the pie, what they got to do,
right?
What they got to do today and tomorrow.
So I just say you got to bake your own cake. Don't keep checking. Don't keep opening the oven and checking it because it's never gonna rise.
Yeah.
You got to bake your own cake. Decorate it your own way.
I love that.
So that's what I do to keep me motivated. I still take my medications. I still, might go out. Everybody needs that. It's all about a self-care plan. And a lot of people think self-care is just, I'm gonna go buy something materialistic. Or I'm gonna just go spend money, or I'm gonna do this, do that. I broke down self-care because if you don't know, I'm certified in mental health first aid. For children and young adults.
That's fire. That's amazing.
What we were taught in the class was to create a self-care plan for all different avenues of life. Work, self, other people. All my alarms going off today. But create that self-care plan for wherever you are. right then and there.
I like that.
So.
It's like a battle. It literally is okay. I'm going through this. Let me see what I can do so that I can feel better.
Yeah.
So I can heal myself.
Right.
So that I can be on a better journey.
Yeah.
Because think about it. Like when there's so much stress and so much things going on, and we're not balancing out those things, it's just discombobulation.
Yeah, it's chaos.
It's chaos, and you're gonna keep getting frustrated, keep getting mad, and nothing's gonna get done. And guess what? It's not gonna rise.
It's not.
It's never gonna
That
rise.
cake is never gonna rise. You gotta make that cake rise. You gotta give it. This is how I look at life too, and this is why I say like people should really find who they are truly, because everything will flow so much better when you're true to yourself. Like you stay true to yourself. Like I look at life like a flower.
How so?
Because when you plant that seed, you're not gonna keep digging it up to see if it's growing.
Right.
You just gonna give it
Keep
that
watering.
water. The sunlight gonna hit it. You know everything.
Everything is gonna happen.
Yeah, it's in this element.
Yeah.
You know, you have to get in your element for you. Because if you never get in that element, you're never gonna grow.
Right. Okay. Y'all hear that, people? Get in your element, because you know it's all about growing. It's all about growing. That's the thing. I remember back in college, I did this thing between like people who want to grow, like growing mindset, and people just think that people just don't get smarter. You have to be born to be smart. There's people out here in the world who think they have to be born to be smart.
No, you're not born to be smart. What you know is what you know. Now, if you constantly learning, you're going to constantly grow. You're going to constantly establish those new pathways in the brain.
Yeah.
But if you get to a point where you don't want to learn anymore, you're never going to
That becomes you. You're selfish. You become
you selfish to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not growing. You don't want to grow because it's always a mental thing.
It's always a mental thing.
That's it. You just
if we didn't have a brain, we wouldn't know anything in the world.
Nothing. What is this? A mic? Is it a chair?
Right.
Which one is it? Okay. So let's talk about mental health. Let's talk about it. I love
talking about mental health. Let's get into it.
Let's talk about it. So, how has your mental health been through this whole pandemic? I know you started your brand in the pandemic, correct?
Yep.
So talk about that, the process of that, and how your mental health been when you first started till today.
The process of my mental health from starting a brand. When I started it, it was out the blue, I could say.
Okay.
So it wasn't. I knew I always wanted to be a business owner. But, I worked in retail when I was little. So I knew I wanted to be a part of a business because I liked the way business was structured and how they ran.
Right.
And I still found my little changes that I wanted to change if I did become a business owner. Okay. But when I started in the pandemic, it was, how do I know this is about to go anywhere? The whole world is shut down. Like, what could I possibly do to change that? Yeah. So when I started it, I just used what I already knew, which was art. And I said, I can put art on clothes. I can put art on anything. So I really just started with clothes. And then my mental health was, okay, I got to figure out what's the next thing to do. Like I had just got diagnosed a couple months after I started my business. Like I always been, quote unquote diagnosed, but it was always a misdiagnosis. So I finally got my true diagnosis in December of 2020. So going through the motions with taking medications, different medications, trying to see which one works and which one doesn't work, it was real hectic because now I'm a person who gets up and go. But now I'm taking this medication. It takes 30 to 60 days to get in your system. So now I'm sleeping too much. I'm anxious. I'm angry. I'm going through all these different side effects. And it's like, how do people really look at me? So I started sitting down, started making clothes. And I'm like, okay, clothes is doing, A-okay for right now. But
I do want to ask, can you let them people know what were you diagnosed with?
I'm diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder, bipolar type. So what that really is schizophrenia and bipolar disorder put together. It's the hardest to diagnose because the doctors don't know if it's schizophrenia or just bipolar. So when you got both of them together, it kind of gets you a mixed diagnosis for some time. Okay. So then I just started writing a lot. And that's how I really drug myself out of the dark places that I was in. I never had people to, hey, I'm going through this. Let me talk to you. Or nobody calling my phone asking how my day been. They might call if they need something, but it's never about me. So I had to really put myself first every time. Like, If your feelings was hurt, your feelings was hurt. But I had to make sure that I was good.
Yeah.
So my mental health was rocky. Still is a little bit, but it's way, way better than what it was when I first started. So now I'm to a point where I created that self-care plan. You know, I do things that make me happy, do things that increase my dopamine levels, serotonin, and everything. That way I'm not as anxious or I'm not as, down.
Right.
Because with my disorder, you got a manic episode and you got a depressive episode. Then you still have the voices and the delusions and all that. So you really just make sure you take your medication and continue to strive to get more out of yourself. Okay. So that's what I do.
Yes. Okay, so do you see a therapist?
Yeah, I don't see a therapist. I have a psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist?
Yeah.
Okay, so how is that relationship, or how have you grown through that? Because a lot of people, this is a mental health and wellness podcast, so a lot of people may be subjective to therapy or a psychiatrist. But on here, we like to promote it, not promote it. We like to influence it or encourage it, because it is important for a lot of people. And we have saw a lot of people, end up in a better situation when taking therapy. And I do want to say that this podcast is sponsored by the Diane Morgan Group as well as Future for Teens. So tell us a little bit about that.
So my relationship with my psychiatrist, that's a relationship I wouldn't want to lose with nobody, he actually took time to learn who I was before just diagnosing me, so we got to know each other on a personal level rather than on a business level. Because, it is his job to still diagnose me and still prescribe that medication, but he still got to know me firsthand. And that relationship, especially with me coming from when I was 14, going to see different therapists, going in and out of face-to-face programs, also being hospitalized for mental health. It really was a big change for me because I finally found somebody who understood and not somebody who just said they did. A lot of people tell you they understand, but they really don't know.
That's deep, because they don't.
They don't.
And,
you can't.
Yeah, you can't get.
You can't tell somebody about mental health if you never experienced mental health.
Yeah. Our people just don't know how to really, not even relate, really just be empathetic with people, and just
there's no empathy.
Really, it's no empathy, and just really learning that person, because that's one of the things too. Sometimes, in different situations and scenarios, there's times where people are prescribed medicine before they're even learned.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people is like, okay, this is just not for me.
Right.
And if that is the case, then I will encourage you to find another therapist, because everywhere you go, there's going to be something that's not.
Don't stop until you find the one
Don't stop. Don't stop. It's always going to be different things and different obstacles. It's okay. You're not your first person that you talk to is probably not going to be your favorite one, or the person that's going to get you to where you need to be.
Right.
That's okay. Find someone else that's going to be that person for you, and that's all we need to do.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That's all we need to do. I mean, our relationship is so strong. He can pinpoint when something's going on before I could, because he's seeing it from the outside looking in. I'm on the inside, so you kind of tunnel vision for it yourself. But with somebody on the outside looking in, you be like, "No, Marquez, you doing this differently. You usually do it like this. Is everything okay? What's going on?" Now you getting to think about it.
You're learning more. You started thinking,
right. I did switch that up. Yeah. What's going on? Maybe this or this is bothering me. Just constantly have those conversations that get to the answer instead of those conversations who just get you medication.
Exactly. And those conversations is not surface level, but more so deep. So they can understand your triggers.
Right.
So you can pinpoint them and learn from them and grow. Okay, so we have a lot of distractions, and a lot of us know what our distractions are.
Right.
So what are some distractions that you've had in the past that you've cut off or limited? Because you can have healthy distractions and good distractions too.
Distractions for me be the people that I associate myself with.
Okay.
Because it's like, y'all want to go out and party, but I got a plan.
Right.
I got I got work tomorrow, or I got to write today, stuff like that. But you're not adding to me. You're taking away from me.
You're subtracting.
Yeah. And I say time is money. Because without time, you can't spend money if you ain't got a day to spend it. You know, so I say time is money, and if we're not utilizing the same 24 hours I get is the same 24 hours you get, and we're not utilizing that to do better, you know, we really don't have to hang out.
Yeah.
You know?
There's nothing here.
Yeah, there's nothing there. That's a distraction. Social media is sometimes a distraction, but, you know, it's a blessing and a curse because you go real far. So I limited my screen time on social media if I'm not posting about really gifted or, you know, just checking stuff out. But other than that, I don't sit on social media for hours on end. I usually just hop on, hop off, post something, go about my day.
Yeah. I feel like we talk about social media a lot nowadays because it have grew so much. Like back in the day, like it wasn't as serious as it was. Like you got a Facebook account, okay, that's cool. Right. It wasn't like everything is just so extra, right? So like, let's talk about like the usage, like social media, and how in what ways do you think social media could be better for youth or for us, our generation? Like which ways do you think it can become better, or what do you think that us as people could do to make it better? What do you think?
Change the people you follow.
That's a good one. Yes, because that's the algorithm. The people that you follow, it gets in your. People don't think it do, but it do. It gets in your brain and makes you think. Like
social media is a big downside, especially for guys and girls, because how many guys you know hop on social media and watch a girl twerk? And now, throughout his day, he's just gonna be looking for a girl who can twerk like that.
Exactly.
Or a girl who see this dream guy, don't know nothing about him. Now you trying to compare him to the guy that you with now. So social media is an influence, good and bad. You know. Yeah. Like if you get on social media every day and you see somebody posting something positive and you reading it every single day, 9 times out of 10 it's gonna change your mindset. Now you're gonna be like, dang, I ain't never thought about that like that. Or maybe I should change the way I'm thinking because I'm kind of on the deep end. And then that's an influence for you. Now you just added water to the flowers, so now the flowers don't grow. You just gotta constantly keep giving yourself the necessities of a flower. You need water, air, sunlight. You planted it in the ground already. Now you just gotta grow.
It's gotta grow. Gotta let it bake.
Yeah. Gotta let that cake bake. Gotta let the cake bake. Don't keep opening the oven. It's never gonna rise. Let
it bake. Okay, you said influence. Now, social media, we got to this thing called influencers. When people don't really be influencing, they be de-influencing. De-influencing.
I'm not gonna, like, if the person you looking up to or you looking up to who inspiring you to do something, please just think about it. Like, are they really inspiring me truly? You know, and I say a lot of people need to stay in contact with their childhood self. A lot of people lock the door on their childhood self, and then when they get older, it's like, well, I never had a passion. I never knew what I wanted to do. Or you're constantly switching a job because it's not what you like. Or, you know, you're starting something and not finishing.
Exactly.
So, you know, I say open the door on your childhood self because that's the real you right there.
Okay? No, for real. Like, because, like, when you as a child, it's like you so curious, you so open, you adapt to different things. And then when you get older, it's like you adapt to the norm of what's around you. But a kid, you want to do everything. You into stuff and you really want to get it done. Like, kids are so curious and they're like, what is this? Like, how can I learn more about this? And that's a really good thing. Tap into your inner childhood, your inner child self, just to learn yourself more. And I feel like, honestly, that would heal us. Yeah. That would definitely heal us.
It's his own drug.
Yes. You don't need no drugs. You are the drug. You are the drug. I love that. Okay, so I want you to tell me, what are some things that you are grateful for at this moment? I know you said that you're grateful for yourself, but what's some other things that you're grateful for that brings you joy at this time?
Transparency. I'm grateful for transparency and perspective. Because without those two things, you would never know anything.
No, for real.
Because look at it. We're having a simple conversation, right? Your perspective is different from my perspective. And my perspective is different from Gabe's perspective. Now, if we all put our perspectives together, we can see where each and everybody is coming from and find the end goal, which would be a solution. And transparency is just being transparent to a point. You're not looking at me as your competition or your opposition. You're like, oh, that's Marquez. He got his goods and his bads. You know, everybody has their trials and tribulations, their flaws, their scars, everything. Once you look at a person as a person, you're just gonna love that person for that person. You might love them from a distance, or you might hold them real close. But as long as you're looking at a person as a person, it's never gonna be no type of, oh, we in competition, or you're my opposition, or, you know, y'all just got differences.
So Marquez, can you tell us about what is some future things that you plan on doing for Worldly Gifted, and what space are you in right now with that?
The space that I'm in right now, I am so grateful, appreciative, and loving of myself, because I came so far, and I never seen it, because I was always worried about what I'm not doing. So now that I know what I'm doing now, and it's getting me closer and closer to the end goal, I'm appreciative of that. So I'm in a great space. Plans for Really Gifted, though. Let's get on that.
Let's get on that.
Like I said, hoodies in Wednesday.
Okay, Wednesday.
So
Today what?
Saturday.
Couple more days, y'all.
Couple more days. But plans for Really Gifted. I want a storefront. So I'm gonna work to get a storefront. And I also want to open a resource group for young adults, kids, even the adults who's up in age now. Because in the black community, or at least where I grew up in, there's no resources for us. You know, everything that was a resource, you know, probably back in the day, has closed down and never came back. So I want to give back those resources for the kids to actually find who they truly are.
Right.
Find their gift.
Find their gift, their light.
Yeah. So I want to open that. That's definitely that. Starting my nonprofit very soon, and just gonna give back to the community for real.
Okay.
That's the plans right there.
All right.
And steady dropping clothes too. So
steady dropping merch.
Met Gala, November 18th, 2023.
Wow.
Everybody be there. I need everybody to dress up. So,
What's the theme?
Really Gifted way to fashion.
Ooh. So everybody gonna be wearing Worldly Gifted.
I mean, everybody gonna come in their own Really Gifted.
Oh, right. Oh,
so like, you know, for the Met Gala, I wanted everybody to make their own outfits, but a lot of people aren't, you know, tech savvy or know how.
What do you mean make?
Talking
about customized?
Yeah, custom.
Bro, that's so fire.
I want everybody to come with custom pieces. Rather, if you gotta go buy some stuff and put some stuff together, that's still custom. So I want everybody to come Really Gifted.
You know, it'd be fire too.
What?
If you did like a online thing where they literally can design their own hoodie.
Right.
And come to
I was
Met
thinking
Gala.
of that.
What day?
I was thinking of that.
Do that.
I'm gonna think. I got a whole year, so.
You got a year to figure it out. It's okay. We go get it together.
Right.
So at this time, we're going to play a little game on this show. Okay. Are you ready?
All right, let's get it.
All right, let's get it. Ferrari or Jeep? Of course. That's such a late answer. Ferrari. Okay. Cereal or pancakes?
Pancakes. Well, actually, waffles.
I didn't say waffles.
I don't like pancakes.
You don't like pancakes?
No.
Okay, so waffles are pancakes.
Waffles.
Okay. What type of waffles though?
Strawberry crunch.
Okay, I never tried those.
Yeah.
With the crunch?
Yeah.
You got strawberries in it?
Yeah, like they, you know the what they use on the strawberry shortcake ice creams.
No. Oh, the crunches
Yeah,
on the
the
side.
crunches,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, I like that. I mess with that. That's different. Okay. Run or walk?
Walk.
Okay. CD player or what's something else? A CD player. CD. Or I can say radio or phone.
Phone.
Okay. Laptop or computer.
Laptop.
Okay. Run or jump.
I'm gonna have to choose run. I don't want to be jumping.
Okay. What did you eat today?
What did I eat today?
What did you eat today for breakfast? Sorry.
Oh, I ate an apple.
Okay.
I had some peppermint tea.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I ate.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
It's like 4:00.
I know. I'm supposed to eat later.
Oh, what you eating later?
Pot roast.
Pot roast?
Yeah, with
What
some
else?
vegetables and mashed potatoes.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. You got some dessert?
Not yet.
Not
Probably
yet.
eat some ice cream because I've been craving ice cream for a long time. So I might get some ice cream.
Okay, what type of ice cream?
It's like a caramel ice cream.
Okay, from where?
I don't know.
Y'all know you better go to Cold Stone.
Yeah,
Cold Stone good.
Cold Stone.
Ooh, Cold Stone or Dairy Queen?
Dairy Queen.
Oh, really? I'm shocked.
Yeah. Is that the one who got the blizzards? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
okay. All right, y'all. That's a little bit of our fun little quick session. So let's get back to the top. Marquez, really gifted. What you want to say to the people?
Don't ever lose yourself, because when you lose yourself, you're hurting just you. You're not gonna hurt anybody else around you, because everybody is still worried about what they got going on. The only person who need to be worried about what you got going on is yourself. So don't ever lose yourself. It's a million ways to make $1 million. It's a million ways to change the world. It's only one way to change yourself, and that's by looking in the mirror and being happy with who you truly are. So what I should say is just continue to improve for you. But just love yourself. Everything starts with you. What you want out of life is gonna always start with you and what you doing. So be appreciative, be grateful for where you are now and where you could go in the future. But one thing you'd ever do is go backwards.
Don't go backwards, go forward. Lean forward,
Go forward.
walk forward. You got it.
And don't run. It's a
Don't
marathon.
walk. Crawl if you need to.
Crawl, run. Don't run though. Just walk. Jog.
Well,
I don't know what happened. And I think my mic
you
just
want to
went
finish?
out.
You done? Thank you so much. I want you to tell me, what is something that you like about, do you follow any like mental health podcasts or any people that you like that motivates you on social media that you like, that you know, or if not, or this is probably why you started your own?
Taraji P. Henson.
Ooh, her podcast?
Well, podcast.
Or her, just herself?
Herself.
She's just very inspirational to you?
Inspirational.
Okay.
She
How
cares
so?
about mental health.
Yeah, she do. I know she have her own podcast.
Yeah, she had a podcast and she got the show. And she bring the people on there.
No, the show. Okay,
Yeah.
So she got her own sit down talk show.
Mhm.
That's fire.
Fire.
That's amazing.
That's definitely somebody I constantly on the watch of. Is Taraji P. Henson. And
Mm-hmm.
I follow a bunch of different mental health groups. And I just stay networking.
Okay.
You never know who you're gonna meet.
You never know who you're gonna.